Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another super exciting episode. In the last one, we built out our boss level, and I found a couple of bugs that we're going to tackle real quick. And once that's done, we're going to create a lot of exciting new features and improvements for our game. So, without any further ado, let's get started. So, the first thing I noticed is that you don't really need to start the boss fight in order to be able to start striking the boss. So that's going to be the first thing we're going to fix here. And what I mean by that is, see, you still haven't crossed over to the boss, to the section where the boss fight starts. So the boss is not moving. He's not even facing you. But you can start shooting and start damaging the boss. And boss is dead. And so, yeah. Super funny little bug here, but it should be a quick fix in my opinion. Maybe I was thinking I'll just move the boss over further back, so the boss is gonna be far enough so that you cannot strike him with the bullet. The bullet's gonna not travel far enough for you to be able to strike that boss. So let's go ahead and do that. I have my boss selected here, and I'll just move him way, way further back. Alrighty, so hopefully from here to there, we cannot shoot at him. Let's see. Trying to listen for that audio track that confirms that the bullet's hitting, but it's not. Okay, so now the boss is live, and yeah. So I think that was a quick fix for that problem. Um, The other thing I was thinking about doing is making this boundary wall a collection of walls so that you cannot just crawl up it. So let's try to do that real quick here. Where is our boundary wall? Entrance gate, maybe? Yep. So I think the entrance gate should be much taller. I'm trying to think how we can stack multiple brick walls on top of this object. Mm-hmm. All right, I'll have ChatGPT fix it. So I got a screenshot. Oh my God, I just deleted it by accident, but I just got a screenshot of this page and let ChatGPT know that we don't want this wall to be like one scaled up tile object. So if you take a quick look there, this gate is just that sprite of the terrain or the tile object, and we have it scaled up to 3x and 3y. So we don't, that's why it kind of looks weird or not like proper art. If it was like its original size, this is what it would look like. So we don't want that. We want it to be like one stacked up wall against each other, multiple tiles against each other, or stacked on top of each other, rather. And then the second thing I asked here is seems like we can just keep jumping when we touch the wall. So there's some sort of friction there. And I'm also notifying ChatGPT that we ran into something similar when we were building with Gemini, should be Gemini, and implemented zero friction to fix it. So we have this physics material 2D object here. I think trying to find where, but yeah, I think we got one of these guys, right? Static or dynamic physics 2D objects. Um, so physics material 2D with zero friction there. So I think all we need to do is somehow implement that to our wall so that we can no longer jump while we are leaning against it. And what I mean by jump while leaning against it is if I scale it back up, I'll show you. Okay, so let me trigger it. So now, see, I can just like jump on it. See, it's not even double jumping. Okay, like even if I don't have the double jump power up, you're still gonna see that. I'll be able to. I collected it again. I'll try not to collect the double jump. Okay, so just the bullet and trigger the wall. All right, no double jump, but yeah, there's friction there, so I can just jump while we're colliding or like touching the wall. So let's try to fix that and drop it in. And while we're at it, let's just add that. Add 0 friction to boss level wall. This is gonna be some sort of a. I would call it a bug. Priority should be pretty high. Effort probably pretty low. And instead of backlog, we're building it. So create this issue. Add 0 friction there. Give the player 3 hearts and hit flashing. I mean, the player already got this, so implement the boss. We are pretty much done with that as well. All right, so for the wall, use the existing tile map instead of scaling one sprite. Delete or disable the stretched wall object. Open tile palette, select your, okay, I'll just follow these steps. So delete or disable the stretched wall object. Disable it, so I'll just disable the renderer, I guess. Open tile palette. Select your brick tile. Okay, so these are brick tiles here. And use the brush to paint the bricks vertically one cell at a time, or use the box tool to paint the entire. Now I'll just do this and maybe this. I'll have to use the ones in the middle to make it taller. Alright, so this looks like a proper tile wall. Got some more. And at the top. Okay, and then select the ground tile map in the hierarchy. Ground tile map in the hierarchy. That's a grid tile map. Okay. Oh, was I supposed to? I probably was supposed to create them here. Oh, never mind. I did. Okay, so use the brush to paint the bricks vertically, one cell at a time. Sure, tile map has a tile map collider 2D. Tile map has a. I feel like it has to have collider 2D. Okay, yep. All right. Okay, so let's see what else it's saying. But my question is, isn't the wall supposed to only appear when you pass that entrance gate or the trigger? So that becomes another problem. Okay, so let me just type it up real quick. So the prompt is, isn't the wall supposed to only appear when we cross into the starting the boss fight? How will putting it as a tile map help? So if you remember, the way we have it is, let's see where our invisible line is. This guy, right? Level goal? No, not really. Trying to find the boss fight trigger. So once you cross this, that's when the wall is supposed to appear. But It wants me to create it as a tile map, so I don't understand it. Okay, exactly. Good catch. Don't paint the gate onto the permanent ground tile map. Create a separate tile map specifically for the gate. Okay, so this is really the best way to do it and not stack tile sprites um, um, onto the entrance gate object in the hierarchy. Yeah, I think we were reaching a point in this game where it's starting to not agree with its own recommendations here. So yeah, it's saying for the single entrance gate, a separate tile map is probably overkill. Cleanest option is one entrance gate object using a tiled sprite render. So select entrance gate. I'll just follow these steps. Select. So I'll do a bunch of control Z's until all these stuff disappear. Hopefully, doing a bunch of control Z's. There we go. All right, I think we should be good now to this point. So, all right, select entrance gate, spray render, change draw mode from simple to tiled. So draw mode should be tiled. Spray tiled because the spray used is not generated with full rect. But this size Y to make the gate taller, do not increase the just size Y to make the gate taller, do not increase transform scale. Size Y, where is it? Size Y, so I'll make it. All right, let me fix the scaling first. It's going to be 1 and 1. And then size Y, I'll make 10. Keep one box collider 2D on entrance gate and resize it to cover the wall. So it's seems like it's already automatically. Oh, did I just feel like I just did the size Y to make the gate taller? Okay, this is the 10. Cool. And I'll raise it. Keep one box collider 2D. Keep the entire object assigned to box arena controller. That probably is already done there. Okay. Unity will repeat the spray vertically rather than stretch it. So it seems like it is. We just get this warning though. But it does appear correctly, so I think we can ignore it for now. There we go. And we can still jump, so we gotta fix the friction problem. Let's see how we can fix it. Is that apply 0 friction? Assign 0 player to the player's main collider 2D. Assign 0 friction to the player's main collider 2D. Okay, so player collider 2D. 0 friction is already assigned there. Material. This guy. So it wants me to do the combine. It wanted me to change it to minimum. Minimum. That ensures that the contact with a normal friction wall still resolves to 0 friction. So let's try that. Nope, that didn't work. I wonder if it's different because we uh, are no longer using the tiles. So how do we fix the friction problem in this case? Okay, so it looks like we got to drag it to the entrance gates box collider 2D material as well. So keep one box collider 2D on the parent entrance gate. Entrance gate, okay, box collider 2D is there. Select your zero friction physics material 2D. Configure, we're going to do the configuration in a bit, but first I'm going to drag and drop it. Now let's just test it, see if it already works as expected. Nope, it doesn't. It's still, we can just keep jumping. It wants me to configure this zero friction. Friction is 0, bounciness is 0, friction combined is minimum. Drag zero friction to the entrance gate box collider 2D material field. Done that. Also assign it to the player's main collider 2D for consistently frictionless wall contact. Do not add colliders to the individual brick children. Wait, the bricks are not even the children of the entrance gate. They're just the sprite render of the object itself. So yeah, so it says so repeatedly jumping beside the wall is probably a separate ground check problem. Zero friction fixes the wall sticking. It doesn't prevent the wall from resetting your jump. While pressed against the gauge, inspect your player's this ground value is grounded value if it becomes true. Keep the ground check at the bottom of the bottom center. I assume that this is going to become true. Keep the ground check at the bottom center of the player. Reduce its detection radius. Ensure the circle it doesn't extend beyond the player's collider sides. Okay, so that could be what's going on here. Let's go to our player and see where the ground check is. Okay, and let's see. Where's the resize tool? Rect tool, maybe. No, it shouldn't even be touching. Transform, scale. Where even is this ground check? Um, Trying to find that. Okay, so this is probably the ground check, right? So fire point. Yeah, the ground check is definitely too wide in my opinion. How can I rotate tool, scale tool? Why do I not see the outline there? Create spline, transform tool. How do you resize this thing? Rect tool. I don't understand. Ground check. So this has to be the ground check, right? This thing right there, this square or rectangle right there, that has to be the ground check. Um, Screenshot time. I'll just drop these two screenshots. Wait, players ready about the 2D material is none? How is that even possible? Ooh. What? How is that even possible? Didn't we have it set to zero friction earlier? Let's see. No, I mean we can still just keep climbing. Okay, it wants me to send the movement script or show its ground check inspector. Oh wait, I think we were previously confusing rigid body 2D with capsule collider 2D. Now, it wanted me to add it to both. I don't know if I should be. Anyway, let's see. Capsule collider 2D assign 0 friction. So that's done. Select entrance gate, assign 0 friction. I think we've done all of that. Yeah. Make sure stacked bricked children have no colliders. Confirm the material has 0, minimum. Player still slides down but can still jump repeatedly, fixing as friction is fixed. The remaining problem is the gate being mistaken for ground. Okay, so I'm dropping the script for the player controls. And this is the script where we have ground checkpoint, ground check size, and all of that. So maybe, hopefully, it knows. Maybe that size is the problem. This new vector, this 0.8. I think it could. This is probably the width, and this is probably the height. So we could probably just lower this value. I don't know, 0.4 maybe, or 0. I don't know. I'll just let ChatGPT is the be the decision maker. 0.8 wide box overlaps with the vertical gate when you press against it. Because the gate is on ground layer, this becomes true. So yeah, it wants me to change the default to 0.4. Okay. I feel like it could be either or, no? If I go to the entrance gate, select the layer here. Where's the layer? Default. It's set to default. It's not set to ground anyway, so sorting is not the problem. Layer. Oh, it is ground layer. What the hell? What if I do a default layer there? Does that fix the problem? Yes, it does. Oh my god, it was a simple fix, guys. It's so much extra work for nothing. It was a simple fix all along. We could have just changed the layer. But anyway, Control Z a bunch of times. Yeah, all the stupid changes go away. See, debugging is not easy with AI. I'll just keep doing Control Z's until this point, and then all I'll fix is just the layer, change from ground to default, and yep, it fixes the problem. Nice. Super simple, super easy. Spent a lot of time though trying to fix it, but that's how life goes sometimes, man. All right, so let me drag it a little bit below, and let's see. Should I introduce a moving platform that takes you to where the boss is? Let's just polish up this level a little bit and call it a day. Let's see if we can see it. There we go. MP1, empty game object, empty game object. Okay, so I think what we will do is delete a bunch of these tiles. I don't have that moving platform. I don't think I'll best to make this a little dramatic. All right, let's just go with the flow. So you pretty much come up to this point and then You have to take that moving platform to get to the boss. Okay, so moving platform there. See, drag MP1. I'll just do this maybe. And where's the game object 2? Perfect, I think. All right, let's see. What I'll do is increase the speed here a little bit so that we don't have to wait too long. So waypoints is 2. So there's a speed. Okay, so I'll make this 10 maybe. Let's see. Okay, so it just, yeah, the starting could be a little bit further. So X position -14 maybe. And this one, -17, could be -14 also. And this one could be, I think this one's mostly fine, maybe 5. Let's see. I could do like 1 less even. -13 or 15 on both. Okay, I think that should be good. Do the tiles. Oh, the pain. Let's see. Do that. And a little bit of polishing there. Okay, and then you get to the boss. And then where's our trophy? Where's our level goal? I need to rename this to trophy, I feel like. Okay, let me move that here maybe. And should I move it there? Should I move it here? I'll move it there. Next to the boss, right? So I wonder if I make a copy of that wall. I don't think it's gonna populate at the same time, right? If I make a copy of it. See, just to test something out. Okay, so it just stays there. Nope. Delete. Just wanted to see if we can like lock in the player. I feel like we can, but it's just not going to be as straightforward as just duplicating it. Um, Trying to think. I think the other thing I want to do is increase the boss patrol half width. I think maybe try 10. See how it does. Ew. He's too slow, man. He's too slow. Way too slow. 5, let's see. 5D now. Oh. Too easy to beat. But it is the first boss, so the next one is not gonna be this. See, that jump was also a bug that we gotta fix. boss. Let's see, patrol speed. Where are you at? Max health. 10 is fine. Da, 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 da. Let's see, patrol speed. I think we need more. The half of it should be more. Maybe what we need to do is make our level shorter, actually, because that's the only way this is going to be a little challenging. So, let's see, tile palette. You know, making game levels are not easy. Not easy. Okay, delete that. Maybe even shorten it more, like that. And put the boss in the center. I think now the radius might be too short. Sure, can you come? Pretty far, okay. Just needs a little bit more. Boss. Still half width, I think. I think we should shorten the platform rather than and increase the speed to 4. Shorten the platform. Let's see, maybe up to this point is fine. Just so it's more fun to do. You know what? I'll move the player temporarily to over here. Let's see. I'll just keep them here. Come on, hurry up. Okay. What is going on? Oh, he just. I feel like you need some edge detection logic there. What if I move him a little bit? And half width 10. Is it too much? Maybe 9. Yep. Okay. How far can you come? Almost. Right. Kind of want him to be able to patrol the whole platform, so let's make it even. Let's make that platform even smaller. Let's just chop off a bunch of the edges there. Maybe this, nah, too much this. This I think should be fine. Yeah, okay, so this I like. Almost comes to the edge. Almost, yep. Very cool, very cool. How far on this side can you make it? Ooh, yes, this is perfect. Now we just need to increase the speed a little bit. I think this is the best we can do. Like, you can't just sit here and just keep firing until he dies, right? Gotta jump a little bit. Technically, you could go up to here. Alright, and then where's our trophy? Bring this guy here. Let's temporarily have our sprite render so we can see. And put this guy here. Maybe on the center of the platform. Do negative 44 and negative 5.5. Okay. Alrighty. And finally, the tile palette. Let's grab the edge. Boom. One last thing, maybe we don't have to do this. Looks like we got 2 double jump power-ups here, so I'll delete the second one. And camera bounds. Camera bounds doesn't need to be so far back there. It can be much, much, much closer. Okay. Come on. Let's move. Why do you have so many things to drag onto? See. Nope. Nope. Add a collider. Da, da, da. This is annoying sometimes, but that's what it is. There we go. And I think I'm pretty satisfied with what we've got so far. So trying to think if I should just put up another wall on that side so that I think I'm okay. I think I'm satisfied. Troy delay, max health, charge speed, patrol speed. Maybe did we do 6? I think we did 6. Let's try one more time. Final run. As he comes, you have to jump. Like there's no escape. Just keep firing. Okay, well, decent little challenge there. Nice. Love it. All right, see you in the next one.